All right. Well, Blessings Church, I wanted to speak really quick to you regarding the kids and the nursery. We have some changes that we've made because we have an awesome blessing. The Lord's given us many children as a church. We see that as a great blessing to our church, to us as families, and we want to be really good stewards of all the children that He brings to the church. When we worship here on Sundays in this room, and then into the nursery, we're having well over 100 kids, upwards of 120 in the building. 1 to 4 year old range, we're having up to 45. I think last week about 45 children. This is Hannah Farias. She is in charge of our nursery. She's the deaconess for overseeing the nursery and recruiting. If you get a call or text from Hannah, she may be in contact with you. But we wanted to just explain some of the new changes we're making. As many of you know, if you've been to a service or if you're members, this is a rowdy area on a Sunday morning. Lots of little kids here, lots of parents that are in the process of training or with little ones that may step out and be here. And that is fine. That's fine. It's obviously we want kids in the service as well, but when they need to step out, they usually come in here. This is a new thing we're going to show you if you'll follow in the coming weeks down this hallway. This first door to the left, we're going to have a cry room. I'm not going to go in there now because it's not finished, but there will be an additional room for really loud kids. If they need to step in there for a moment or a mother needs to nurse or something, there'll be an extra overflow room here because this area is getting really crowded on Sunday mornings. I want to go upstairs as well, and Hannah's going to explain some of the new changes that we're making to try to be more responsible and wise about how we're stewarding our kids on Sunday morning. All right, so once you've come up the stairs, you'll come down these rooms. There are bathrooms here. One of them is in the process of still being renovated. This one is usable, although any men in the church who are watching this, we need your help to finish up this bathroom completely. When you come to drop your kids off at the nursery, this is where you'll come and check them in. And actually, Hannah, if you want to begin to explain the process for this when a parent comes up here with their child.
For sure. So when you come up here, we will be using the iPad like we usually do. It will be on and it will be on the check-in system. And you'll type in your phone number if you've already been coming to the church. You'll type in your phone number and you'll check in the kids that you have with you that day, and it will print off the name tag for them. And it'll also print off a security tag, which is very important because we want to implement that a lot more. It will also give you the option for you to print off a tag for the, it'll give you the option to print off a tag for their water bottles and also for their backpacks if they would need one of those as well. Yeah.
Hannah, explain some of the reasoning behind this. So for those of you who've been at the church for a number of years, you know that we've had quite an organic process with our nursery. We've tried to be responsible. We've always done background checks and things like that. We always only let members be the ones that are in the nursery with nursery rotations. We have had processes in place, but we're trying to tighten that up and be even more responsible with the level of background checks, which I believe is happening through this system now.
Yep.
And then also with the check-in, we're trying to be more careful because we have a lot more kids. I mean, it's doubled in the last few months with the amount of children coming into the building. Yep. So this isn't trying to be more professional for the sake of being professional. This is really a safety measure and us trying to be as responsible as possible. So for those of you who are wondering why these changes are happening, this is us trying to the influx of kids and to do this really well. Anything else here that you think would be helpful to explain? I know at some point there's going to be a barrier here.
So hopefully next week, it won't be here by this week, but hopefully next week we'll have a barrier that will be between that hallway. And on this end will be an actual gate that can open. Our goal, and it's solely to just be helpful, is to have a nursery supervisor that will be up here for check-in time. They will be up here all the way through the end of worship time. So they will be up here for a good chunk in the beginning when you guys are slowly bringing your children up. And the gate will be here because we want to try to prevent as much traffic through this hallway as possible. So we will have the gate here, and there will be a supervisor here that can help with check-in. And then that supervisor, once your children are checked in, will actually take your children to the classroom. We also have our youth helpers, like our 7 to even 16 years old girls that will be here helping, and they will also be helpers if we need extra hands that will be helping you to take your children back to the classrooms. But it's just simply to eliminate as much traffic in the hallway as we can. For a multitude of reasons, for safety reasons, for even the walking to a 2-year-old room. It's helpful when it's helpful when a crying baby doesn't see a lot more parents coming to the door. If they just see the one person bringing more kids in, it can also help calm them down and not make them even more anxious. So hopefully that'll help with the flow.
Yeah, and let me walk us back here for just a moment and show. So this class right here is an actual classroom. Mm-hmm. The 2 classrooms that we're utilizing right now are right here. If you want to flip a light on, and we can video in there really quick. So this is the 1 2-year-old,
mm-hmm.
correct?
The walking at 2.5.
And then this one here is 3s and 4s, mm-hmm. right here. And what has been happening is parents will drop off and then sometimes even go in, and we can't tell who's a nursery worker, who's a parent, and it just becomes a lot of adults, a lot of mm-hmm. kids. And so we're trying to keep nursery workers in there, not have a bunch of parents in there mm-hmm. as well. If you need to come see your child, obviously you can, but we're trying not to come into the room. Yeah. And so one last thing, this room down here is about to be renovated. We need to lay flooring still and put ceiling tiles, but this is a double room that we took a wall out. It's a larger room. This is going to function as a 3rd classroom because these 2 are overcrowded. This will be a 3rd classroom, so it will likely be 1s, 2s, and then 3s and 4s. Mm-hmm. And this will also serve in the future as a playroom. There's going to be some play equipment in there. And we'll explain more about that in the coming days. But just so you know, since all the kids, the numbers of the kids has gotten larger, we are expanding, and we will be expanding the next couple of weeks mm-hmm. to the next month into this room. Mm-hmm. So thanks for your understanding, guys, on this. This is really, if I could put it bluntly, we really believe children God has given to each of us as parents. That's an awesome responsibility we have, and we want to have them in worship with us as soon as possible. So all of this nursery is just the church serving you to help you worship, and we want you as soon as possible to have your children out there with you as they're able to sit and worship and participate. But this is an awesome service that the ladies do for us. Thank you, Hannah, for all you
Absolutely.
do, and all the other ladies that serve in this capacity. Also, if you want to serve in nursery, you're a member of the church, please see Hannah about that. Yes. You may get a call. If you don't reach out, they may reach out to you. So thank you in advance for serving. Blessings, guys. Love you all.